Hello. What are you guys here for? What are you guys here for? For school?
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
But isn't it Habitat for?
Yeah.
Habitat for Humanity? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
that's great. Yeah, I know Jim. Jim is expected here, right? Jim Killoran?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What school?
Thornton-Donovan.
Oh, okay, great. Very good. So, you guys are seniors, or is this a project, or what?
The whole school, pretty much. Oh, it's very small.
Oh, yeah? So what are you doing? Volunteering to
No,
construct?
we're just meeting here. We're going into the city to do something. I don't really...
Oh, you don't know? Okay. Okay. All right. Excuse me. Do you know what you're going into the city to do today?
I don't know. You can ask our headmaster.
Who's your headmaster? Oh, hi. What's his name? Mr. Cumming. Hi, my name is Frank. Jim asked me to come.
He did?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you going into the city to do today?
Going down to the Rubin Art Museum on West 17th Street after Jim speaks. There's a show there on spirituality. As it's reflected in a number of Asian countries. But in particular on Tibet, they've got this paper flag display akin to the paper mache that people use to bring to Hiroshima to display their cranes for peace.
Oh, is that right?
So they're doing it as flags and flag representations of peace throughout the world. The Rubin Museum specializes in Asian art.
I see.
So there's a lot of stuff for Buddhists and Taoists.
And how did your school get involved in this?
We do it every year. It's a program called Glory Days, and we just visit sacred sites. Anywhere where man goes to bow down or look up, whether it's a cemetery or a mausoleum or perhaps even a corporate setting where there's a church included within, or a hospital that has a chapel, or a college campus where spiritual advisors help kids who need some kind of sustenance.
And how do they take to it, the kids?
I don't know. Take to it's not the word. I think it's just intuitive.
Does it
it's all
affect
within. Everybody has that spiritual side, and everybody wonders about things and questions things, and good questions more than a teenager. It's that time in life when the questions are pretty vague, and they look for resolution and look for guidance and look for direction.
And are there follow-up discussions and meetings back at the school about the event?
We start off our mornings that way, it's a lot of follow-up. Depends on the day how much follow-up you get and who the speaker was and where we were. And yesterday we were in a Russian Orthodox church in Yonkers, and in the morning at the Albanian church in Hartsdale. A few people even know those churches exist,
Yeah.
So you get into the art, the architecture, the lexicon of the ecclesiastical world is much different than ordinary speech. So you attack from all different sides, just not the spiritual part, but you enrich your kids' vocabulary, his thoughts about art and architecture, what's an icon and who is an icon, and why do you believe in this and I believe in that, and go through it a bit.
Is it part of a theology course, or what is the curriculum?
It's just, God is kind of everywhere, from the ghetto to the great Avalon Towers. So you just kind of get a sense of presence and a sense of spirit, and it's not unacceptable to be a non-believer. That's people are like that. I mean, that's why in a sense we have Jim here. Jim is kind of a priest in clown's clothes, and but he does it in a different way, right? Latin expression, laborare esterare, to work is to pray. And so that all becomes a part of what we do, to show kids how to be godly or godlike.
How long have you known Jim Killoran?
Not too long, maybe too long. I've known Jim since he was in our Lions Club, and we both danced together and participated in a number of activities together, and just joined together in supporting a service club, the largest service club in the world,
he inspires and motivates a lot of people.
Yeah, well, his theme and message, it allows people really to do, and you know, to get at the experiential part of it, not just the abstract conceptual part. You know, it's one thing to say goodwill to a fellow man; it's another to hammer a nail to build a house for a poor
And it's often in the doing that there's more interaction with other people, and it's through other people that God works.
Fulfillment and more feeling good. You know, one of my students did that at an assembly. He said the reason he helps everybody else is it makes him feel better. So there's a whole catch-22 in a positive sense there.
What is your position with Thornton-Donovan?
I'm a headmaster of the school. Yeah.
Okay, great. And your name again?
Doug Fleming.
Doug Fleming. How long have you been headmaster?
Oh, 40 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boy.
2 scores.
Wow. So you have a lot of history with the school,
Good amount of
obviously.
change and development. Yeah.
How large of a school, population-wise?
We have 170 students from 40 different countries.
So large enough to have a lot of diversity and small enough to be able to make an effect.
Touch people in a different way.
Very good. Maybe, can you introduce me to some of your students?
Yeah. Where's Justin Pizzo? Over there. Pizzo. Justin, come on down and say hello to Dr. Cameraman.
Hi, I'm Frank Sisco. How are you?
Don't be afraid to walk.
How are you, Justin? Now, why are you being singled out?
Because he's small and we
And you have red on? Okay.
I like red.
Red.
Difficult verticals, he's vertically challenged.
Bono made quite an impact with red, hasn't he? Bono from U2?
I have no idea who you are.
Yeah. Bono is the lead singer of U2, and he made a mission of raising money for AIDS in Africa through the wearing of red and the buying of products that were red. Anyway, what grade are you in?
I'm in 10th grade.
Okay. And how do you like being at Thornton-Donovan?
I think it's really neat. We have an international school and we're studying many different languages. So,
What languages are you studying?
right now I'm studying Italian, French, and Latin.
Really?
In the past I've also studied Russian and Japanese.
Really? Wow. So are you you going to be a communications expert, a language expert?
I'm very much into linguistics.
Wow, that's
I study a lot at home too, not related to school at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you come from a family that has a number of different ethnicities in it, or?
Not really. My father's family is Sicilian. My mother's father's family is from Napoli, and my grandmother's family, we don't really know where she's from. Not a lot of diversity.
Have you traveled and used your language in traveling?
I have. I've been to Japan and I've been to Albania.
Really?
In Albania, they speak a lot of Italian.
Right. And in Japan, how is your Japanese? That's a tough language, isn't it?
Yeah, I've only taken 1 year of Japanese, an introductory course, so I'm not very good, but it's enough to get around.
How many grades does Thornton-Donovan cover?
We go from kindergarten to 12.
And how long have you been there?
I've been since kindergarten.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a lot of history and probably affection for the school.
Oh, yes.
And for a lot. Is that the same with a lot of the students? They've been in the school for a long time?
I can think of 2 other students right now at about my grade level that have been here since kindergarten. So.
Wow. So what do you...
But there are a lot that have been here since 1st grade or 2nd grade. So.
What is your expectation for the day? Do you have any, or do you know it's going to be great no matter how it goes?
I'm actually the kind of person who doesn't usually like field trips. And when I was reading today's schedule, I didn't really understand what we were going to do. So I'm looking forward to finding out.
Okay. Can you introduce me to a couple of your friends?
Yeah. Sam. Huh? This is my old friend since first grade.
Since first grade?
Yeah.
How's it to know this guy since first grade?
Good.
Good?
It's been nice to know him.
Good. Good. So you're both in 10th, you're in 10th grade
No,
also?
I'm in 9th grade.
You're in 9th grade, okay.
We've been good friends for years.
Great. What are your likes in Thornton-Donovan? Are you a linguistics maven?
No,
Like
I play the piano. I've been playing jazz piano since I was like, who knows how old, 3 years old. I taught myself and now I'm taking lessons. And
Really?
So I do stuff here and there around Thornton-Donovan. Like we have an arts house cafe where we get together some musicians and they play for the school. So I do that, and yeah.
What is one of your favorite standards, jazz standards?
Oh, Summertime. I like
Very thought
Miles
of you.
Davis. Yeah, those songs.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I was at a bar last night where I was talking with a fella who was a jazz singer
Oh,
about jazz.
cool.
And about my piano instructor, Scott Pollock, who's a jazz piano player.
Ah,
And he's coming back, right? Big time jazz.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Do you play any gigs?
I'm starting to. I might get together a band in the city, and my cousin is into like promoting new musicians, so she might be able to get us a few
that's great.
gigs in the city.
Very good.
So might be it's fun. I like it.
And Sam, what's your last name?
Javich?
Javich?
Yeah.
And yours is Justin Pizzo?
Pizzo.
P-I-Z-Z-O?
Yeah.
Nice to talk to you guys. Have a nice day. Hello, how are you? Hi, I'm Frank.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm Lanique. Nice to meet you.
Lanique?
Yeah.
Hi, Lanique. That's an unusual name. That's a nice name.
Thank you.
Looks like you're going to have a nice day today. Looks like it's clearing up. You taking buses down? Hi, Jim. How are you?
Good. How you doing,
Good
mate?
to see you.
Welcome. How are you?
What are you taking buses down, or do you know?
I don't know. I guess. Actually, the Metro North. You mean to?
Oh, you can
York
take a
City?
train down. Okay, all right, that's great. Well, real convenient, right down the street, right? So first, where are we go? Where are we heading now? I thought we were going into a
They
restaurant.
wanted to show us church because.
They want to show you what?
A church because this is Glory Days, where we
I
go
see.
around to a bunch of different churches to learn about different religions.
Across the street right after that car, please. Careful crossing, everybody.
Yeah, that's what Doug was telling me earlier.
Yeah.
Mr. Fleming. That's.
Here we go. Here we go, everybody.
Let's go, please.
Run. Quickly. Yes, fine. I'm just kind of. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
National Star. Let's go now, Jim, please.
Eccomi. You're still wearing that scarf?
You guys can hang out over here.
Does it mean something?
Please don't stand up, Brad.
No, it doesn't.
Stand in there, stand in. Stand in there. Don't stand on the bread. Come in, please. Pendergrass, come on. Come. Charlie, can you pretend you're with the group? Even when you're here, you're not here. You're drinking holy water, son, if not, get rid of it. All right, yesterday, thank you to the World Icon, and I was just surprised that only a few people raised their hands. And what a room before Justin. And I was kind of disappointed because you God in a sense. We had icons and images with Napoleon and with Jefferson, and we did a little contrast of good and evil, and a guy on a white horse, and that's good God. But I thought it was kind of fascinating that we came upon today. And now you're talking about icons. When you're in New Rochelle, this church becomes an icon because it's here where the early worshipers came. It's here where the Huguenots came and first founded our city. Our city founded in 1688. It's one of the few cities in America, by the way, that has an official coin commemorating its founding. The Sesquicentennial. Okay, I believe that's 150. I don't know what 250 is. In any case, in 1938, this coin is struck. Who's on the coin? Who's on the coin? I know somebody here who knows who's on that coin. I wish I could have been. You must know that. Tell them what's on that coin. Yeah, say it a little lower so nobody can hear you. All right, Thomas Paine. So Thomas Paine is there as common sense author. All right, Thomas Paine is there. Probably the most significant figure in our city. All right, and wherever you travel, whatever you do in school, somewhere Paine is going to cross your desk. It's going to come into your thought process. Not an easy read, but we read The Crisis by Thomas Paine. When you go to Manhattan, if you're in the Village, right across the street from Jekyll and Hyde, you got the Crisis Cafe. You got that plaque there. It's a National Register piece, historic piece. We also have people who are icons, right? Now in our city, in our school, Emily Thornton's an icon. This is where she prayed. This is where she became who she was at Trinity Church. And it's known because of its ties to the Huguenots. And if you live in New Rochelle, there's a street called Guyon. It's right at New Rochelle Hospital. G-U-I-O-N. Obviously a French name, obviously Huguenot, obviously part of the roots that brought people from France to our shoreline, Henry. We are born French in New Rochelle. Do you see French now? Hardly ever, right? So you have an evolution of peoples, all right? We're all different people right now.
Well, the interesting thing is the symbol of New Rochelle. I'm Jim, by the way. Good morning.
Go ahead.
And I love history, but even if you look at the Avalon building on the other side, we look at it. The fleur-de-lis, it's called the flower of light. The flower of light. And I was also in New Orleans, and it has the same symbol. And it also represents the Holy Trinity in some religious circles. So, but history is an amazing thing. And I was on a radio show right before I came here, and New Rochelle has such a rich history, from Norman Rockwell to Ossie Davis to Elizabeth Ann Seton, who was a saint in the Catholic Church, who prayed at this church as well and lived on Pelham Road, to even present-day history where we have CEOs and Branford Marsalis and Ossie Davis lived here. And I just challenge you, you know, take pride, whatever town or city you're from. I'm from Massachusetts originally, to know your history. Because if you do that, you're reaffirming who God made you, if you believe in the Maker, and where you came from. We celebrate a lot that in all of our traditions. This is Black History Month. We heard about Martin Luther King. You know, with a guy that looks like me, St. Patrick's Day is a big history event coming up on March 17th. So, but whatever background you are, French, Irish, Italian, know your history and know the town and city where you live, the history of your town and city where you live. A lot of times now we wipe out history for development. I'm against that. You know, someone might say, wow, this would be a great spot for, you know, a Best Buy. Let's knock down this church. And then you're wiping out years of history of people. If you go to Philadelphia, they would never wipe down any historic site. There's a proposal in New Rochelle to knock down the post office, the Standard Star building, David's Island, which was the first place where soldiers went through in the country during Civil War, and the Armory building. Knocking down history and heritage of people's lives, of your family who grew up here, and other people. So I'm a big one for holding on to history. And even to say a lot of the roots of our towns and cities come with a religious creed and history. And being able to read the oppressor.
Sorry.
Where do you all live? What town and city do you from? I know we have a lot of people there. Now, where else? Where? White Plains are the great, you know, they celebrate the Battle of White Plains, right? When people dress up in great history, yeah. Yonkers there, Ella Fitzgerald lived in. We build a lot of homes where they have great history. Golf originated in yes. Where? Rybrook. I don't know that much about history. Do you know a historic point about Rybrook? That's your challenge today. When you go back, try and find out a great historic point about Rybrook, right? And celebrate that. Where else are we going? Yeah. Where? Pearl River. Give me something good in the history. I think I do some colonial history up in Pearl River. That you know anything about Pearl River? Okay, that's your challenge to report back. Yes. Larchmont. What about history in Larchmont? You got to check it out. Check it out. Actually, if you go to the town supervisor's office, she has an old picture of the first trustees in there, which is very cool. Ask Valerie O'Keefe to let you in there. It shows you the early history of the trustees. Yes. Muddy Earth and Mount Vernon. Give me some great history there. Because St. Paul's Church there, right? Like this. It has a great history of, I believe, fighting for African Americans. You know, give me another tidbit about Mount Vernon's history. Besides Ernie Davis, last election mayor, and the new one is Quentin Young, right? Denzel Washington lives in Mount Vernon, right? Mount Vernon.
A lot of hip hop groups.
A lot of hip hop groups. Mount Vernon was the first city. The train station on East 3rd Street was called the $1 Million Train Station, which is now run down and wasn't kept up. We built houses over by there, where people used to come into Westchester first. It used to be a great city. Other things about this city is George M. Cohen, 45 minutes from Broadway, was about New Rochelle and Mount Vernon. So anyway, I'm a big person on history. I know it's about glory days too, and I kind of took off on
Oh, that's good. And just as a note bene, right? Emily Thornton's picture in the lobby done by a gal named Molly Guyon, now deceased. All right, and that was the name I was throwing out to you. The whole Guyon family was one of the first families to come to New Rochelle. Behind me here is a cemetery plot with probably a good dozen Guyons. And of course the hospital now at Guyon Place. And inside the church, a few paintings by Molly Guyon's wife, who painted the kings and queens of England and who is renowned as a portrait painter. Okay, Jim, do you think we're pretty much ready over there? The rumor? Wanna go inside the church? We don't ask.
We're gonna
to the cemetery.
Okay.
Okay, you want to follow Jim Killoran, please?
So you're going in the manor house or something? It's quite big and pretty. Yeah, okay. It was the original house in the manor and owned all the owner house. Anyway, the rumor is that the slaves would go there and actually underground down to the water. But I don't think that's true. I think probably they were
Excuse me.
Doug, the door is open, but we can show them. The door is open, but we'll show them here too.
At the restaurant?
Yeah. You want to show them here?
Well, now that they got this.
All right, perfect.
Can you come out and walk over the seat?
Never knew this was back here.
Yeah, it's fascinating, right?
It is. Unbelievable.
You know what we'll do? We'll flip around. We'll just do a loop-de-loop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. It's somewhat ironic that it's next to a lot of this stuff here.
Yeah.
We'll take you
grave sites. Most of these grave sites are a good 200 years old. Some are 300 years old. So this goes back to the founding of the city.
It's say 1899, right?
That's a recent one, Jim. 16. You come along this way, please, for a little.
Some of the guy on on old cemetery plots, it's kind of some artistry. I don't do it, but some people do. So one over here, over here. Keep going. Take a look at the historic plots and the dates on here. This will be us someday. We'll have respect. These are people's lives. People who make your history.
So then they're watching the movie together? Yeah.
I haven't seen you anymore.
I'm just
They said they were going to take a certain train back from France.
Well, we're doing it a little differently. I have a lot more
Amazing.
in the repertoire.
That is how.
Here we go.
It's really quick.
Here we go. Quick, 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 quick.
We got it.
Show the love. Show the love.
Yeah, not to have, I don't even know that was back there, and then to be standing there and seeing the development around.
Yeah.